Okay, this is your Unit 5, Lesson 1, Day 4 homework. This comes from page 338 in the Course 3 of Core Plus Mathematics. We're taking a look at question number 5. And this question asks us to, for each algebraic expression, to write an equivalent expression in standard polynomial form, and then to identify the degree of the expressions being combined and the degree of the result. So our first expression for 5a yields 7x plus 3 times x minus 1. Now the expressions being combined, the degree of this first one, this is degree 1. The degree of the second factor here is also linear factor degree 1. Now I'm going to be multiplying these, so I know an x times an x is going to yield an x squared. So I know the result is already going to be degree 2. But let's go ahead and finish that by expanding that out. I'm going to choose to use boxes here. 7x plus 3 and x minus 1. This becomes 7x squared, 3x. This is a minus 7x and then a minus 3. So I get 7x squared. The negative 7 and the positive 3 will add up to be a negative 4x. And then subtract 3. This is the result, and this is a degree 2. Part B has 3x plus 5 times, that's squared, times x squared. And here I have an x squared. This x I know is going to be x times x being x squared. This is already x squared. So I'll be multiplying an x squared by an x squared. I know that's going to yield an x to the 4th. So this starts off degree 2. This one is degree 2. When I multiply the two degrees together, I'm going to get a degree 4. It's like adding together the degrees. All right, so we'll do this out, and I'm going to do this by pieces here. I'll start with the 3x plus 5 squared. I'm going to do that again with the box. So this is going to become 3x plus 5 and 3x plus 5. This is 9x squared, 15x, and then 3 times, or 5 times 5 is 25. So this is 9x squared plus 30x plus 25, and that is being multiplied still by x squared. So that's going to just distribute in on each of these terms. So I'll have 9x to the 4th plus 30x squared plus 25x squared, making this degree 4. Let's do part C. Part C reads 2x squared plus 3x minus 7 times 3x plus 7. This begins as a degree 2 times a degree 1. If I think about this, degree 2 times degree 1 is going to yield a degree 3. X squared times x is going to be degree 3. Here I'm going to modify my boxing method here to include the 3 terms from the quadratic with the 2 from the linear. So this will be 2x squared, 3x, and a minus 7. 3x plus 7 go here. 3x times 2x squared is 6x to the 3rd. 3x times 3x is 3x squared. 3x times a minus 7 is a negative 21x. 2x squared times 7 is 14x squared. 7 times 3x is 21x. 7 times a negative 7 is a negative 49. Now I'm going to combine all the like terms. So I have 6x to the 3rd. This expression, 14x squared and a positive 3x squared, is going to yield 17x squareds. 21x minus 20x is 0 x's, and then minus 49. And this, again, check it out, degree 3. So I know the degree without even having to expand it, but we're asked to expand them in standard polynomial form, so we'll finish the job. The next one reads 7x to the 3rd minus 6x plus 4 times 2x squared minus 7. I'm going to do the same process I used in the last expression to keep organized. Putting the 3 terms here, 7x to the 3rd minus 6x plus 4 here, and this part will be 2x squared minus 7. 2x squared times 7x to the 3rd is going to yield 14x to the 5th. 2x squared times a negative 6x is going to be a negative 12x to the 3rd. 2x squared times 4 is going to be 8x squared. And then under this expression, 7x to the 3rd times a negative 7 is a negative 49x to the 3rd. Negative 7 times a negative 6 is going to be positive 42x's. Negative 7 times 4, negative 28. Combine the terms that I can. Negative 49x cubed, negative 12x cubed is going to be a negative 61 x to the 3rd, 42x, not x squared, so I'm going to add the x squared first, then the 42x, then subtract 28. All right, now we'll take a look at part E. Part E is going to say 7x to the 3rd plus 2 times 5x squared plus 3x minus 8. This I'll do the same way I did the last one. 3 terms from the quadratic term. We'll go on here. 5x squared, 3x, and a negative 8. And over here we'll put our 2 terms from the cubic. Multiply these together. Whoops, I didn't do my degrees in the last one. Degrees in part D, this was degree 3. This was a degree 2. Multiplying these together, my highest was degree 5. Back to this one, this is degree 3 to begin with. This is degree 2 to begin with, so I should see a degree 5 again. 7x cubed times 5x squared will give 35x to the 5th. 7x cubed times 3x will be 21x to the 4th. 7x cubed times a negative 8 is a negative 56x to the 3rd. 2 times 5x squared is 10x squareds. 2 times 3 is 6x's. 2 times a negative 8 is a negative 16. None of these are like terms, so we'll write them out as just the addition of each term. And that ends part E. Part F. Aha, they stick you with a big one here. Negative 3x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus 6x times 7x to the 3rd minus 2x squared plus 5. I have 1, 2, 3 terms here and 1, 2, 3 terms there. So I'm actually going to build a really large box for this. And this box is going to be a 3 by 3, so it should have 9 squares that I'm going to be filling out. Okay, and I'll put in all the pieces. It doesn't matter which ones I choose, but I'll put negative 3x to the 4th there, 2x squared here, 6x there. So I have one of the expressions on the left. The other expression will be written across the top, 7x to the 3rd minus 2x squared plus 5. I'm going to do each of these terms. Negative 3x to the 4th times 7x to the 3rd is going to be a negative 21x to the 7th. Negative 3x to the 4th times a negative 2x is going to be positive 6x to the 6th. 5 times a negative 3x to the 4th is a negative 15x to the 4th. 2x squared times 7x to the 3rd is going to be 14x to the 5th. 2x squared times a negative 2x squared will be a negative 4x to the 4th. 2x squared times 5 will be 10x squareds. 6x times 7x to the 3rd will be 42x to the 4th. 6x times a negative 2x squared is a negative 12x to the 3rd. 6x times 5 will be 30x. Now I do have some like terms to combine here. I'll start with a negative 21x to the 7th, done with the 7ths. The 6th, that's the only 6. So I have positive 6x to the 6th. I have 1/5 term, positive 14x to the 5th. 4th terms, though, I have 3 of them. Okay, so I have 42x to the 4th minus 4x squared. First take away 2, then take away 2 more. They're at 38 minus 15 more. Okay, puts me down at, well, let's combine these in any way possible. Let's just say we got a mind stump like I just had there. So if I want to do this, I go 42 minus 15 minus 4, or 42 minus 19. That's the combination of 15 and the 4 there. This becomes a 3, 12, 3, 23 there, okay? So that means that I have 23 positive x to the 4ths, and then I kind of made my space mess up here, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to add now a negative 12x to the 3rd plus 10x squared plus 30x. Whew, a lot of terms there, but there's a combination, and that ends question number 5, except I forgot the degrees again. Degree 4 was our first multiplier by a degree 3, and I walked away. Check it out, degree 7. All right, that ends question number 5.